Right, this 1979 XLH is obviously heavily modified. But if it was stock, say if I had a stock one of these, and this covers 79 to 1981, I can't really talk about the others because they are all very different, but 79 to 81 is pretty much the same. In no particular order, if I got a stock one of these, and it was for my own personal use, what would I do to it to improve it? Okay, and like I say, in no particular order, just a bit of paper I've got written down here. Steering damper. It's attached to. Right, it's attached. Hello. My oil warning. Right, okay. Leave them there. My oil warning and generator warning lights have just fallen out of the sockets. Thank you, Lucas. Right, back to the point. Yeah, in here. It's attached to that lug on the headstock, and I've got a bracket there, and then it attaches under there, and it's a hell of a before and after effect. First thing you notice is that you can see in the rear view mirror while it's ticking over, because you can't normally, because it just vibrates too much. So, but the other thing is it makes the whole bike feel more positive. It's quite something. It doesn't stop it vibrating. God no, it's an Ironhead, but it just does take that out. So that's a good one. It's a cheap one as well. Steering damper. Okay, what else? Next thing on the list is twin piston brakes. Well, definitely on the front. I personally don't think you need anything that works on the back. The amount of engine braking on these things, and most braking is 70% on the front anyway. It's about 5% on the back. But you need a good twin piston brake. They turn up with disc brakes, but it's only got a piston on one side, and it relies on the piston squishing in and then dragging the caliper across to apply the other brake. It's not as effective as a piston on either side. This has got a piston on either side. It's also a Suzuki front end, but you don't need one of those. You do need a good twin piston rear brake up the front. Other one is the seat. On the standard ones at the time, XLH is 79 to 81, they were trying to make it look like an entry-level cruiser, so the seat was very thin, because there's not a lot you can do about that frame, that's high up. So they made the seat about, I don't know, tiny, thin, nasty bit of cardboard. That's 2 inches of piano seat foam on a 3mm base. But yeah, that's nice, so definitely do something about the seat. 2 inches of foam will do it. Other thing, these are very good on fuel. This is a bog standard XLH, and I promise you it gets 60 to the gallon combined. That's not even on long journeys, that's just existing. So, I do keep it very well tuned though, otherwise you never start it. So the 2 gallon tank, for just running around the place, yeah, it's pretty good, it's alright. But for not much money, I think this one cost 150 a few years ago. This is wider, because it's a 3.1 gallon tank, and it does make the difference. So yeah, if you're having range anxiety with your 2 gallon tank, you can get these for the 79 to 81. You've got to get it specifically for the 79 to 81, because the frames are different. Any other Sportster tank will not fit. Final drive gearing on these things is atrocious standard. You have a 21 at the front, and you've got a 51 at the back, which gives you a cruising, I mean these things don't cruise, but you can make them plod. It gives you a plodding speed of about 55 miles an hour, which is fine in 1979 in the United States, because they had some kind of fuel crisis they were recovering from. So there was a 55 mile an hour limit, but it's crazy now. The easiest thing you can do is just put a 45 tooth on the back. It's way smaller. This is a 49. The 45 is way smaller, and it looks like it's it's worn out, because it's not like a cog like that, it's got spikes because it's so small. But the 45 tooth will sort the gearing out, and you'll have a comfortable cruising speed of 65, 70, something like that. What I've got at the moment is a 23 on the front and a 49 at the back. To put a 23 on the front, you have to modify you have to get rid of the internal covering and find some other way of running the brake return I don't recommend it. It can be done. Easiest thing, 45 tooth on the back. That will give you a nicer cruising speed. Other thing, oil filter. External oil filter. You've got to put one of these on, honestly. The problem is it doesn't have one. There's not even a strainer in the oil tank. There is nothing in the way of anything on this bike. There's no filter. So yeah, there you have it. 79s to 81s have no filter. But put one of those on there. And last but not least, and I'm scraping the barrel a bit for essential mods at the moment, so we'll stop with this one. If you get a long mudguard and put a bud flap on it, the problem is this regulator here. It depends on those fins to dissipate heat. The generator kicks out about 3 times as much power as the bike actually needs, and that has to go somewhere, and it goes in heat. If you haven't got a mudguard, if you haven't got it right down at the bottom, that will fill up with cow shit. Right, so there you have it. Essential mods for the 79 to 81 Sportster. Cheery bye.